You mentioned earlier the idea of when they succeed or even when you succeed, the idea of celebrating gracefully. I
Mhm.
found that fascinating when you said that. I've never heard someone mention it like that before. What does it mean to celebrate gracefully?
Well, generally speaking, when we succeed, it's not only we who are succeeding. I'll give you an example. Whenever I would have a success at work, I would try to keep in mind that my kids watched this success and were part of it, that my colleagues at the office were part of this. It's always teamwork. Generally speaking, our successes are part of an overall initiative. And we have to remember that when we celebrate, it's not only about us, it's about our team and our family, and our kids are part of that team. So if you're going to celebrate, we need to celebrate together and appreciate everybody who was part of that success.
Yeah. That's really the
That's
idea
what
of
I
being a
mean by
great leader.
gracefully.
Yes. Both at work, at home, not just saying I did it, but we did it, right? Bringing up all the people around you.
I mean, look, when there's a success, like a really big success, I I have a thing called the yes dance. I'll demonstrate. I
Please.
usually do something like this, you know. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And then the kids are with me and they start doing it too. And so we have the yes dance, which is kind of a fun way for everybody to celebrate and enjoy and appreciate the moment.
I love that. That's cool. It's great to have your own thing that you can go to and almost anchor yourself in that state of success. But I know that it's not always success, right? You mentioned that there's going to be shortcomings. You mentioned there's going to be mistakes. And in your book, The Power of PR Parenting, you mentioned that you're going to talk about the strategies for success, but also the mistakes that you've made and what you've learned from them. Now, for the sake of this conversation, is there one mistake that you made with any of the three children that comes to mind that you learned something profound from that you think that we'll take value from as well?
Yes, your children grow very quickly, and we need to give them credit for their advancement even early on. And I didn't give enough credit to my children on occasion for their developing skills. And that led to, and this was a huge mistake. We have a very heavy iron gate that leads to our house, which after a birthday party I had closed. And you need some effort to open up this gate. And at the time, my 2-year-old demonstrated without us knowing her ability to open up the gate. And
Hmm.
after this birthday party, she had disappeared.
Wow.
And I was doing the dishes at the time. And I thought, wait, this house is too quiet after a party. What's going on? And so it's like after like 120 seconds, it didn't take too long for me to say something's not right here. So I asked my husband, where's the baby? And he says, I thought she was with you. And as it turns out, as I had mentioned, she had taken a walk. The good news is a neighbor found her and she was fine. The bad news is that I had not identified her ability to be able to open up the very heavy gate door. She was 2 years old. Who thought, right?
Yeah.
So when I got back with her, she didn't wander off too far. That's the good news. But the time between identifying her being not in the house and the time that we found her felt like an eternity. So parents out there, try to skip this one. And if your child is even 1.5 or 2, whatever you're doing, whether you're baby proofing the house, whether there's electrical sockets, whether there's something with the stove, whether there's a door that you don't want them to get through, really walk through with your children why the gate is closed, why the stove is childproof, why the electrical outlet is covered. If you key message with your child directly, then there's a half a chance that they'll understand the importance of honoring your wishes. So my daughter didn't do that again, but we also locked the gate for a little while just to emphasize it. That was the mistake, not giving her credit for being able to open the door.
It sounds like she took the adventurer spirit from you.
Yes, she's still very adventurous, actually.